What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another Mountain Vibes episode. Thank you so much for tuning in today. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over how and why you're supposed to be washing your outdoor jackets. So without further ado, let's jump into this video, shall we? So you're probably thinking, my jacket looks clean. Like, why? What are you talking about? Why do I have to wash it? Well, it looks clean, but is it actually performing the way that it should? So both biggest telltale sign that your jacket needs to be washed is that it's doing something what's referred to as wetting out. So wetting out means that the water just sits on top of the jacket. When this happens, you're inhibiting the jacket's ability to breathe properly. You're inhibiting it to dry faster. You're also just inhibiting the overall feel. If you have cold water sitting on your jacket or your thighs on your ski pants, it's not the most comfortable feeling in the world. So when you actually do wash your jacket, you're actually putting back or replenishing the DWR or the water repellent coating on the jacket. Now, if you would remember that when you first bought your jacket or your pants, that if it was raining or snowing, you would have noticed the water would just sit on top of the jacket and you'd be able to just kind of like either brush it off, flick it off, blow it off, something very simple. This is letting you know that the jacket is nice and fresh. It's replenished, and it's doing what it was actually designed to do. Now, when it comes back to the breathability of it, though, jackets, especially the higher end ones, they do breathe a lot better, and they are meant to manage moisture a lot more. And by managing moisture, I'm meaning that when you sweat, all the vapor that you're actually creating inside the jacket is meant to actually go through the pores and out the jacket. If you have a bunch of water sitting on top, it's inhibiting the jacket to actually breathe properly. You do tend to feel a bit of a clammy feeling when you are wearing your jacket or your pants. It's mostly the reason that you're feeling is the actual vapors or the sweat isn't actually able to go through and escape the jacket itself. So although the water isn't coming through, the jacket is still technically waterproof. It's just not performing the way that it actually should. Another really big sign when it comes to the breathability of the jacket, or you notice that you're actually getting a lot warmer while wearing the jacket, or you get this really sort of like clammy feeling if you go in and out of stores. It's another sign that the actual pores in the jacket are now clogged. Or when it comes to jackets that are highly breathable, especially like soft shell jackets, over time as well, like your sweat and the oils from your skin do clog those pores. So by washing your jackets, it's actually allowing the jacket to perform a lot more. It's allowing it to breathe, and it's allowing the water to run off of it, therefore making it a lot more comfortable for you. So when it comes down to that, the telltale signs your jacket needs to be washed is wetting out and the clamminess on the inside. Now, at the same time, though, another reason why you would want to wash your jacket is actually helping prolong the life of the jacket. When it comes to the oils of your skin, depending on the type of jacket you have, over time, you may actually be deteriorating the inside of the jacket. Now, these ones I'm referring to are like the lower price point rain jackets that actually have more of a white coating on the inside that you'd be able to see. Over time, your oils will actually stick to that, and then if it's not maintained, that oil will deteriorate and start peeling, therefore not making your jacket actually waterproof anymore, because the waterproofness of this jacket solely relies on that coating on the inside of the jacket. You may be able to warranty it if you really needed to, but some companies would deem it neglect because you haven't actually been taking care of your jacket. Or even if it's something that's slightly higher end, the same with the inside, if you don't wash it or maintain it enough, you may not be able to get back that water repellency. You may not be able to unclog all those pores because you're just almost too far gone. So I highly recommend that you wash your jacket, depending on the amount of use, though. Keep that in mind. If you're wearing it just as a ski and snowboard jacket, you would want to wash it at least at the start of every season, depending on how many times you go. At least wash it halfway through, and then you should be good. Now, when it comes to rain jackets, if you're constantly wearing it day in and day out, what I would suggest is washing them at least once a month. This way, it's going to help maintain the life of the jacket. It's going to help maintain that water repellency. It's going to perform the way that it should. Now, if you're only wearing it a couple times a week, you're not wearing it like day in and day out, then, you could probably get away with washing it like once every 2 months. But, just follow those telltale signs that I told you, and those are wetting out and the clammy feeling that you're actually getting. So now, when it comes to actually washing the jackets, the biggest thing that I can tell you is do not, and I repeat, do not use normal detergent. The reason for this is that it technically ruins the jacket. You may look at it and think, oh, it's nice and clean again, all the dirt, all the grime is off of it, but it's not going to perform the way that it should. Biggest reason that a lot of normal detergents that what you would be using they end up clogging the pores. And because of the way that they're actually made up, they're just going to be sitting inside of those pores as well. And therefore the jacket's not going to breathe anymore. You're going to go back to feeling that sort of clammy feeling. And if by chance you end up using a regular household detergent with fabric softener actually ruins the DWR coating on your jacket. Now, I'm not 100% sure if you've washed it once, if you can actually bring it all back or not, but just stay away from your normal household standard laundry detergents to help to make sure that your jacket will actually be performing and maintain the life of it. All right, so now you're thinking like, well, if I'm not supposed to be using like standard detergent, what do I use? How do I wash my jacket? Well, I've been using these two products here for the last several years. This is not sponsored, by the way. I paid for these with my own money. So what you have here is you have a performance wash and you have an actual Repel. So the performance wash, what this does is it helps unclogs the pores, helps maximize the breathability of your garments, and at the same time just kind of like, you know, gets rid of any dirt, grime, or anything that's on the surface. Then once you're done with this, you would use the Repel, and essentially this adds back that DWR coating, allows the water to just kind of bead off of your jacket. So the way you would be doing this is you would do a full wash with this, and as with my experience, only use 2 garments, follow the instructions on the back, and then make sure that you actually double rinse the jackets and pants as well before you move on to the next step. This just makes sure that there's no leftover residue, and then you don't get like any sort of splotchiness or anything like on your actual clothing. Then once that's done, you're going to want to do the load or a full wash again using only this. So this, as mentioned, will add back that DWR coating. Same thing, just follow the instructions on the back and then do a double rinse. And then once all that's done, you're going to want to have to put your stuff into the dryer. Now, you know, some people I've spoken to saying, oh, it'll ruin the jacket. It's actually very beneficial to put your pants and jacket into the dryer because what it does is the heat actually rebonds and reactivates that DWR coating. Now, at the same time, if you by chance like you have to go to a laundromat or you have to pay for your washing and you don't really want to do 2 full loads with these, this company and Nikwax also do a 2-in-1. So it's but with my experience using it, it kind of does half the job. It kind of half cleans it, half repels it. So what I would suggest doing is that if you're doing it, use most of the bottle, kind of go a little bit more than what the bottle actually says. It'll save you a little bit of time and a little bit of money. But if you, by chance, if you find that it just doesn't work, you may want to have to spend the extra money getting the 2 separate bottles, doing it in 2 separate washes, and then paying a little bit of extra for it just to make sure that that's done. So that's it for me for today, everybody. Hopefully you got something out of this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as I can. If you like this video, hit that button. It'd be greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you are not already. Don't forget to support your local ski and snowboard shop. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys in the next video.